Nice transition.
So which house am I going to visit next? I'm taking this as a little cue.
Yes. Yes, it would be very nice. I'm inviting you to recover from your hangover in the Coldharbour Surreal Estate.
Oh.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I hope it
Um,
will be more peaceful and you will not be in any danger.
well, it's not about immediate danger. It's more about a sense of um, feeling uneasy. But I can read the text that was I put it. This build, it was my build for last OMH3 in last September. The title is Hangover, and I can read the little text, flavor text I put. So, you spent all night at the Incubus, and you had one too many drinks. You feel sick, and somehow you've lost your access card. No currency to pay for the best drunk food in town, and no access to the red rooms. All you can do now is wander across the district till dawn and hope your neighbors let you into your fancy apartment block. There you go. Welcome to the Incubus, the bar.
All right. Looks like we are this. Okay, I just have to say it. This is Coldharbour Surreal Estate, everyone. So do hope you see just how extensive this is. Just how much went into this is just fantastic already.
Yeah, I haven't. I decided to make people spawn in the loo, which is actually turned on. I don't know if people have the sound on, but there's the sound of the flush there. Yes, and yeah, a lot of people have laughed when they arrived in this place.
I was thinking, this is interesting. Haven't been in a men's bathroom in a while.
And now you are still cursed from the houses you visited previously. Maybe it was not me, my house, maybe it was Vermina from Shel's house.
Oh. Maybe, but let's see. Maybe everything's just wonderful in here and all pretty. Oh, wow.
So yeah, with this build, I wanted to convey several ideas and feelings as you went along. So I wanted to do it as much as I could without any text, without any addition, so that the house stands for itself. But it's hard, so I put this little flavor text where it gives you the idea that you're in a modern city, that you have an access card, that you will, I hope you will tell me, Real, if you find where you're supposed to use your access card. And I talked about the red rooms, which are something you'll see a bit later. This is the Incubus. I tried to locate things so that people would find their way more easily to dive into the story, sort of.
Yeah. And you enter through the bathroom, and here you are in the bar. Apparently, there's an entertainer doing things.
I remember visiting this house without Lilarna telling me anything about it, and I found myself in the bathroom, and I went to the bar, and I constantly had the feeling that why I'm in the bathroom, and the thought that maybe I had a bit too much drinks. So I think that it creates atmosphere, that actually it's possible to guess
Nice.
a hangover.
It feels real.
And so there's this sort of contraption with the mechanism above the bar.
Yeah.
And all the bottles on the wall on the bar behind the bartender. And
Yeah.
there's some tubes going on and a barrel on the side. So you're supposed to think at this point, if you look at that, that the barrels are fueling the bottles, basically.
Yeah, but
And
where is it coming from?
Yeah. Aha. This is going to be a leitmotif through the build. I point at it now so that you can spot it later. And you can run through if you want, go ahead, explore.
Look, everyone. If you've not been here, also come visit. Leave only kind messages.
The colors are so great.
Yeah, I'm really wondering and there's also something here already. This is a bit, very interesting. I mean, I've been here already before, but where? Ah, interesting lamp. Stands a little bit out.
I
Oh,
was trying to go for a very modern feel with the purple and gold like this, and sort of skyscrapers, buildings, and so on outdoors. It was the very first build that I made where I was actually creating buildings, so it was very challenging, and I fell in love with the Deadland ceilings, Deadland platforms, of course.
yeah,
From Heinz.
those are fantastic. Also, I mean, you can do so much with them. This is just they are so versatile. You just add a little bit of different color, like a different color light to it, and it just changes completely. So, okay. Are you supposed to put your card here?
Yes.
There's a green light.
Yes, exactly. That's the green light. So your access card does grant you the access to this still because you entered and you probably paid your entrance earlier in the evening at the beginning of your party. But
Oh,
now you
phew.
have to see which ones you can get through or not.
All right. Well, that's also interesting to add this. I mean, you do have something like that in clubs or bars, access cards. Going to
But
have
you don't have your card. What will you do?
Yeah. What am I going to do now?
Where will you sleep?
Maybe here under the tree?
But it looks cold.
Yes, very. Maybe there's there's
Maybe
also
this building as
yes.
apartments. I'm sure your apartment is up there. It's the fancy
This is red
apartment.
though.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. No, red doesn't look good. Access denied. Uh-oh. Can't go here. That's interesting. You do see some cards like these or key cards for certain buildings in our world, of course. I do appreciate this, that you're orientating a little bit towards very modernist style here. Oh,
What
So
an interesting
here-
establishment.
exactly.
Different themes, I see.
very different. I mean, look. Oh,
So here you can notice a very, like, I leave it open to everybody's imagination. Again, this is mature theme. If you want to project mature things in this, otherwise you can just see that people are eating food. But maybe there's a bit more to it, depending on any scenario you want to make up.
I mean, you can repurpose a stockade. You don't necessarily have to use it like as it was intended to be used.
You can put a nice picture on it and you can watch the picture while you are eating.
Or you can have a few birds sit on them,
Oh, that would be nice.
you know? Or sometimes kitties like to climb on these things too. Who knows?
I think that
yeah.
I would not. Sorry,
Sorry,
joking.
go ahead. Yeah, probably. So this actually it's called a stockade, yeah. Um, the idea was somebody is captured whilst somebody else is eating something delicious in front of them.
Oh.
And that was just to convey a sense of, this is weird. This is like red lights, a bit uncanny, maybe like it's written in chat sex dungeon and so on. And that's the atmosphere. It plays with that idea, but putting it in a setting where it's about somebody eating something delicious in front of someone who can't. And that was the idea behind this little red room contraption.
Somebody also snuck past me.
Yeah,
It sounds really mean.
it does.
And someone eats something yummy in front of you.
Mm-hmm. And you have to watch? Oh. Could be considered a little bit cruel, even. I mean, it's red, and we learned red sometimes signifies danger.
Or passion for food.
Or passion.
Or some other passion.
And notice the barrel again.
Yeah.
In which the food is sort of.
And it was already here too, and I'm like a bit confused. All barrels. I did visit an interesting diner that was also set in Coldharbour Surreal Estate that also had an interesting backstory. Okay. More. That does not look like. There are flowers here. Maybe this is more of a residence, or. You know, if. No, maybe memorial shrine?
Oh, okay. Yes, it could convey that. It was a menu, actually.
Oh, menu.
Yes.
Oh. Of course, you could also have flowers next to a menu. True. Access card again, and it's red. And here we see that the barrel is. Yeah, excuse me, sir. I'm just looking. Don't mind me. Is connected to something. The barrel, and it is going somewhere. Okay.
It's interesting how he looked at you and you don't have a card, you can't pay.
Yeah, maybe I'm in trouble. Uh-oh, maybe I'm in trouble. Yes, also connected. And is that art, the piece on the wall, or is it also connected? I have to check that out. Little mechanical helpers? More closed doors?
It's funny because I've noticed everybody who visits this build, they come to the red rooms and then they go circulate around, which can sometimes make them miss the restaurant on the other side. And that's probably a sort of a mistake in my pathing because it has led some people to miss parts of my build. But it's totally on me.
I mean, it's also kind of hard to do that because you do want people to explore, but at the same time you also want them to not be restricted by too much interference. But this is the menu, of course, and this looks like also interesting use there for this piece.
What is that?
Does it called golden fish?
Yeah.
It looks really great. It's cobbled out of busts.
Yes.
It's busts, yeah.
I missed it.
Look,
I really like it.
look. I mean, if you're below, you do see a little bit that it's a number of busts.
Yeah, there's probably about 10 of them or something.
Looks really great. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's beautiful. Reminds me a lot of Japan, I will say that. The architecture.
Then I'm happy.
And here the light is green, so apparently you can go in. But I mean, I don't have a card. Hopefully they won't mind. What are those? I mean, apparently machinery, but for what?
So yeah, I don't know how efficient or how I managed to convey here my idea.
Oh, of course it's a Japanese restaurant. So conveyor belt food that is being usually transported. I can see it being transported around. Very nice. I think it's also quite hard to convey that idea. But you've done a good job. I really like it. Anybody who's been to a good Japanese restaurant has seen this.
It's-
But I wonder, is it or is it some secret here?
Yeah, this one.
A barrel again.
Yeah, and it seems to power things, and you probably can turn this on and off. Hmm.
I think if I went back and did things again, I would probably add some sort of like an alchemy station or some more pipes and stuff like that to maybe a tank with water to like convey that food is being synthesized. But yeah, we'll see later.
Hmm. This is
Yeah,
very,
I was
very.
building this for 6 months when I did this build, so I've learned some stuff since. I would do it differently, of course. But yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's wonderful. Do love listening to you guys. Get to learn a lot.
Yeah. And so, whilst you explore, I can tell about the, let's call it the conditions in which I built this house. So it was for OMH. I started my build on PTS about barely 4 to 3 weeks before the deadline. So I started on PTS. There was several, one or two attempts that were not successful, and then I found a way, and I did about 70% of the build. And then it was the first time I was doing this. I just watched some cool tutorials and so on to copy and paste. So I copied the build on the EU server by recreating all the items I needed and asking my devoted husband to craft everything for me and so on.
Aww.
And then I clicked paste and it recreated itself. But then I was left with the final 30% to make, which is beyond what you're gonna cross right now.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and I finished. The deadline was on a Saturday night for me in France, and there was a party all day at our home with a barbecue, and I had a couple beers and so on. So the Hangover title was really inspired from that as well. And so I finished the build at 5 o'clock in the morning, just half an hour before the deadline, which was fun.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. Very stunning. If you've not been mesmerized and stunned already, everyone, you should be by just Liliana telling us this very fantastic how to and how she did it with all the things. This does look a little bit zappy. Something's
Out
gone
of order?
awry.
Yes, and I love my little crazy dwarven spear running around like a madman. Some people have crossed this area by dodge rolling through and jumping. Yeah, I would like to put more lightning, but it's already a fair amount.
It's wonderful. Already you get a sense that something is gone awry here a little. Oh, now we learn.
But are you supposed to be here? You saw red light.
Yeah, I mean, there is a red light. I also don't have an access card, so even if I were supposed to be here, I don't know that I would have been granted access. Also looks like this door
I suspect that the door got
jammed.
broken. And
Yeah.
so, yes, and so you got inside. But you're not supposed to be here, I think.
Maybe not.
Exactly.
Maybe not. But you know.
So be careful.
Oh,
And so normally this is where the story unravels and starts to make sense a bit more, where you discover the other side of the city.
yeah, the darker side of the city. See, and I was suspecting that maybe these they lead somewhere. That those pipes were connected.
Mm-hmm.
We see a bunch of those barrels here too. Yeah, we've not seen many residents either. There was just one person walking around
Yeah,
inside.
that's something I could do as well, is add more people walking around maybe.
Maybe they're sleeping. It's night.
Yeah.
It's midnight. Yeah, it's true. It's 5 a.m. or something, so there's not many people.
Not the party people type in this town.
And yes, this surge of lightning has just happened, so the doors have been recently opened, I think.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, here again, this big contraption.
And
What's
it
going
does
on?
pump something somewhere.
Yeah. But if you look behind, what's more striking is what is being put in barrel from the machine.
Reminds me a little bit of the Matrix.
Oh, nice.
You know, like you're well, beings in their early oh, darling, are you looking for someone?
This cat is a little reference to Alien, actually. Just a little wink.
Uh-oh. Eggs and Alien? Uh-oh.
It's just a wink. It's not just
Okay. I was gonna say, where's Miss Weaver?
And there's a final area to explore, and then we can wrap up the story here, hopefully.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is very elaborate and also not very much on the nose. Subtle, but direct. There's such a thing. Similar egg.
Yeah. And those eggs. Oh my God. I was like, I didn't know about the gruesome egg from the guild trader, the vendor on the weekend, luxury, but I wanted this egg because of the texture that is so gross and awesome. And I have always played the ESO on the Daggerfall Covenant side. So I had to farm the entire zone of Ebonheart Pact Quest.
Oh my.
Stone Falls, I think, just to get those eggs.
Oh my.
Because I needed them and I quested for 2 days and I got them.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So it's not just
if you look in the F5 inspection mode, you get the number. I think it's the Undercroft. There's like 80 of them or something ridiculous. Sorry, I interrupted you again.
Yeah, it's just not just the building part that you related the story of how long it took you and how many attempts you made and how you decided to go about creating this, but also just the questing that is involved in getting those eggs because of their texture, and it just truly it shows how much dedication there is from you guys, from all the creators. So I've noticed there's eggs in front of all the doors, in all the baskets.
And this looks
Yes.
like a poor area of the city.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Buildings are different.
Also rather boarded up.
Well, it is nighttime indeed. So yeah, if you go at the end at the grid over there, you will notice that there is what I called the egg farm. So the story behind the build that I can reveal now if you want, that I put, but I think everybody can make their own, is that you have like two sides to this city. It's inspired from Soylent Green, which is a novel and a movie, which I think came out in the 70s. And it was the story of all very dark science fiction story where a detective discovers basically that all the old and sick people of the city are being recuperated and transformed into food to feed the rest of the healthy people. So that's why Soylent Green, the name comes from that. It's because Soylent is the name of the texture of the food that they create with the protein and stuff. And so this quite dark build tells you that on the other side of the city, the one that you don't see at the beginning, people live in those shabby houses and they get to farm these eggs to make them whatever process to get the eggs to reproduce and so on, and to make food for the rest of the city. So that's why they have the bins in front of their houses with just the eggs are raw and they don't get any fancy transformation. And then the eggs get transformed into the protein like paste through the factory, and then on the other side the rich are totally unaware of this whole process until the lightning strikes and the doors are opened.
And they can see what price has been paid for them to be fed.
Exactly, yes.
That's very poetic. It's very, very poetic and very poignant also in these times to remind people sometimes of just how privileged we sometimes are.
Indeed. So yeah, but then everybody can just make their own story up, and I think visit it along with some friends, and everybody has their own version, which is also something I enjoy a lot. Just to point something that offers like the cohesiveness so that people can project the story, whichever it is.
That's also wonderful. And also, if anybody of you listeners or viewers want to come visit, this was your invitation. Bring friends, leave only kind messages, and maybe your interpretations to this wonderful, thought-provoking story. I do appreciate stories like that.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Dadpin, for your comments.
Absolutely mesmerizing and stunning.
Yeah. I'm still busy with understanding it.
I mean, yeah, it's of course you can always argue how will people understand, but jumping into something and then exploring is. I mean, you would open a book and read, and if it only has pictures, you'd also have to use your imagination to make up the story. No?
Yeah, that's what's hard in ESO. I've tried to tackle that over and over with some other builds is, yeah, how to convey what you would like to convey. And everybody has their own stories that they want to tell. Some are just impressions of beauty, of awe. Some are darker, and it's a great way of just expressing oneself. And the community is so lively and welcoming as well that it just makes sense to bring your share to them, and they bring your share to you. It's really nice.
Yeah, there's a nice back and forth and wonderful collaborations that you can see appearing. And if anything, that is also a reason why I'm so glad you guys were willing to do this, because this is a different side of storytelling, of building, and the storytelling is such an interesting and opportune aspect. You can really build and develop and maybe even expand your own mind and see what actually is possible in creating something like this.
Yeah. I tried role playing in a lot of games, but this is the best sandbox I ever met. I tried it in Second Life, and you can do a lot in Second Life, but it costs all real money. And this is so full of possibilities. You can make a bog drone, you can make a cozy apartment, you can make a torture chamber, and it's all in the same game, and it's also different. And there are so many stories you can tell. It's great.
Yeah, and the interesting part is I've seen a lot of Coldharbour Surreal Estates while touring for One More Housing and other contests. It's just stunning what people are taking, what they're transforming this place into, and what it becomes. Just it's amazing.
Yeah, it's made for sci-fi setting somehow with the blue light.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a miniature build here, and very, very abstract builds, and really dark builds that also tell a story. And I wouldn't say this is necessary very, very dark here, but I would say really thought-provoking, because life has a price, and that's just a very good reminder for us all, and that's just not necessarily dark, but realistic.
Yes, I have been challenged to make a very cute build, and I promise I will make one day.
Good luck.
Yeah. I didn't say when.
Yeah. This is one of the builds you don't forget, because it's completely different.
Yeah, and you can meander around in your thoughts along the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a build to explore.
Yeah. Your mind and the build, the story and your
Both,
mind.
yes.